So let's get right into it. What is the training objective? So we're here to talk about the RKY Data Analysis and Business Intelligence Bootcamp and how this bootcamp is going to help you to achieve your dreams, elevate your career, and land your desired job as a data analyst. I'm sure that there's one reason why you have joined today, and I'm sure that that reason is either because you are, considering transitioning to data analyst. You're already a data analyst either by degree and you're trying to gain practical experience, or you're looking to a career in business intelligence, or you are looking to elevate your existing career as well. I will tell you that you are in the right place. This boot camp would address all your needs, but let's get right into distilling and um let's distill it and break it into pieces. So in this course, you get hands-on practical experience, with recent data. You get your hands dirty. If you're not ready to get your hands dirty, if you're not ready to actually elevate your career and actually learn, this bootcamp might not be the one for you, because you're going to be, loaded with loads of practical assignments, projects, and tasks. Of course, with as much support as with so much of support as well to help you through it. We're not going to leave you in the deep, or we're not going to leave you on your own. So who can take this course? I have a lot of people asking, I do not have any experience, or I only have a degree. Even the degree was too complicated. I'm not sure I got anything out of it. Or I'm doing my master's in artificial intelligence. I'm doing my master's in financial technology. I'm doing my master's in business. What's the other course? Business analytics. I'm doing my master's in data analytics. Or I even did my master's in English. I've never seen data before. I can only put on my laptop and close it, and of course I can open Excel and all those other tools. I can download and all that. But yes, even if you have zero experience as a data analyst, this course is for you. So entry-level professional looking to start a career in data analysis or business intelligence, this bootcamp is for you. For anyone who wants to gain practical experience to enhance and stand out in their current profession. So let's even say that I don't want to be a data analyst. I just want to add data analytical skills, which is highly in demand, regardless of my field, to my list of, skills, or list of skills, right? To be able to stand out in whatever it is I'm doing. So even if you're a project manager, right, and you just want to know how to use SQL, Power BI, Excel, Tableau, this course is for you. So regardless of your field, being able to use analytical skills would always be a seller for you, and would always make you stand out in the competitive job market. Also, professionals in their mid levels who want to either transition from another career path, if you are a professional, you've already had 10 years of experience as an account officer, you have 15 years of experience as a marketer. How can you add analytical skills to whatever it is that you already have? This course is also for you. And I would tell you something about, how having analytical skills has helped me. Telling you my own personal story. I'm personally an accountant. I studied accounting for my BSc, and I also did ICANN. And of course, that makes me an accountant, right? If I started my career as a customer service, person in a bank back in the days, because of course at that time, you get, after training school, they will post you to any department. So I got posted to customer service, but I knew I wanted to practice something. I wanted to do something more technical, and I acquired, Excel skills, or I would say I was transferred to another unit, right, which is the finance department. And when I got there as an analyst, I saw that most of the tools that we used basically was Excel and SQL, mainly at the time. So also moving to the UK as well, I also took extra courses to learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL to get more advanced in it. And I'll tell you that these three skills I have was what made me to get my current job as a senior finance analyst in a bank in the UK. And I'll tell you that regardless of what you also want to do, whatever field that you want to explore, these skills that you learn in this course would actually help you to go a long way in your career path. Also, another way that analytical skills helped me was during interview stages, when I was trying to now get a job, you know, there were so many of the interviews that had technical skills that required me solving problems in Excel, building dashboards. They'll send me data sets at like stage two of the interview to build some dashboards and to build dashboard, and to use some index match, use VLOOKUPs, use some analytical tools within Excel, to solve a problem. And I would say that if not because of my proficiency in Excel and Power BI, would have probably not gotten those offers at that time, or I wouldn't have been able to scale that stage at the interviews at that time. So I'll tell you that, regardless of whether you're not, you want to explore a career in data analysis, analytical skills would always be an advantage to you and not a disadvantage. So what would you be learning in this bootcamp? You'll be learning how to use SQL, you'll be learning how to use Power BI, you'll be learning how to use Tableau, and you'll be learning how to use MS Excel. Not only will you be learning, you'll be practicing it, because we'll be loading you with loads of practical task assignments to get hands-on in these skills. These are, as a data analyst, either as an entry level or mid level, these are the most in demand skills globally, regardless of the country: UK, Canada, US, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya. These are the most in demand skills because they all work together to give you the finished product of what a data analyst do. So, what skills would you be gaining? You will gain data extraction skills with SQL. SQL is a database tool that houses, companies' data. So with SQL skills, you'll be able to extract data from the database of these companies to now analyze this data using Excel and or visualize this data using Power BI or Excel as well. So you'll be learning data extraction, data analysis, data visualization, dashboards, business intelligence, and these are the competence you'll be gaining. Also, I know a lot of people want to know this career path. Let's even say I'm considering moving to career path. I know a lot of people are confused. I don't know which one is the best for me. Is it projects management? Is it data analysis? Is it business analysis? Well, if you and probably you want to know what is the potential or average salary, or what does it look like in terms of demand? Data analytical skills is in demand not only in the UK but globally. Let's even say that you cannot even probably work full time, or probably you are doing something else, but you just want to gain these skills. There are so many freelancing opportunities in this field. There are so many part-time opportunities in these fields. Go to Upwork and search for data analysts. You see lots of opportunities. Go to Fiverr, go to other go to other freelancing sites. But let's now say, okay, you want to now consider it as a core career, right? You can see what the average salary is. So as a data analyst, as a data scientist, data engineer, finance analyst, marketing analyst, operations analyst. So what this shows is that not everybody's title will be called data analyst, right? Some people will finish this course and be able to get finance analyst job if your previous background is finance and you're adding analysis to it to now make you, a finance analyst. Some will be able to get marketing analyst role. Even some have gone ahead after our bootcamp to get project manager jobs. And how did they do this? They were able to stand out in the markets because all the other project managers that were interviewed for the role did not have analytical skills. So these analytical skills that these our clients had, these our students had, was what actually stood him out, and got him the job as a project manager as well. So what are the training packages we have? We have two different training packages for this bootcamp. We have the standard and we have the extensive. The standard includes, you get the virtual training, you get the dashboard building. I'm sure most of you, if you have visited our LinkedIn at RKY Careers, you will see dashboards that our students have built, with coming from zero experience, and they were able to, build these dashboards that tells story with data. Also, you get access to our user-friendly LMS. Our LMS is the platform that houses our resources, our recordings, and other resources that would guide your training. This is also the platform you'll be uploading all your assignments, because we're a tech-driven company, so we make sure that everything is automated as well. So you also get a certificate of completion, and the certificate of completion you get is globally recognized and accredited. We are accredited by CPD, UK. CPD is an accreditation body that has gone through our materials, our delivery methods, as well as our courses to confirm and accredit us for being up to international standard. You also get to work on practical projects to gain work experience. Like I said, you'll be getting projects, you'll be working on lots of projects, up to 5 or 6 projects, including group projects. This is something we introduced in the last quarter, and it has really helped our students a lot because they were able to not only work on these tools independently, because you have to actually tie the dots together, because in industry sometimes they have to work with teams, you have to gain collaboration skills, problem solving skills, and you have to be able to also present. And this is what our current squads are actually at the moment. They are working on their group projects along with other team members, so you get divided into groups to work on project and make a presentation, and there will be a day where all the different groups present their projects to test their presentation skills, as well as group work softs, and as well as their soft skills as well. After going through all this, then you get a UK job reference for the projects that you complete during the course of the training. These projects also would help you stand out on your CV, because the projects also get to be placed on your CV, and it will show the fact that you are actually you are very keen on actually you are keen, and you are committed to this career path, which is what a lot of recruiters want to see. They want to be sure that it's not that you are here today, tomorrow probably you are somewhere else. Or most companies spend a lot to recruit, and they don't want to recruit every other month for just a particular position. You also get interview preparation session. So we usually have this session as well that we call the interview preparation and group mentorship session, where we discuss everything that you need to know to land your first data analyst job, from soft skills, technical skills, visa sponsorship strategies and opportunities, how to technical questions and answers as well, you know and mock interview questions as well, which provide answers to. So having said all this, you get all this under the standard package. If we look at the value of all this independently, it will give us around £900. However, our original price for this package is £550. I've seen a lot of competitors even offer just this without even any other thing added for 1,000, even more. However, in RKY Careers, our standard price for this package is £550 if you're paying in pounds, and 450,000 naira. We now also have the extensive package. You get everything that is under the standard package. You and also get your CV optimized, get your LinkedIn optimized, and also get a professional web portfolio. If you've been following us on our Instagram page, RKY Careers, you would know that we are actually experts at optimizing people's CV and LinkedIn to get jobs in the UK. And not only, you also be enjoying this as our students. In 2022, we had over 150 success stories helping people optimize their brand. So not only are you going to be getting the practical knowledge, which is a prerequisite to get a job, you would also be getting your brand optimized. So and you also get a web portfolio. So this is like a website that would house your projects and visualize your projects. Because in this field and some other fields, right, just a CV is not enough to show what your competence are, what you're able to do. Sometimes you need a visual representation of your skills, of these projects you've worked on, these dashboards you've built. You need to house it on a platform that recruiters can click on to see what you are able to do. So for this as well, the price could soar up to as much as 1,300. However, our standard price for this is £750 and 550,000 in naira. But if you're attending today's boot camp, and if you, make payments within the time frame that we've specified today, or make a commitment for your installment payment today, you get special discount again, which we call the special CEO discount or the flash discount. So if you are paying one-off under the extensive package, you get to pay £600 and no longer £750. Right, so that's a whooping £150 off. And if you're paying in installments, you get to pay £675, and you make a deposit of £300. If you're paying for the standard package and you're paying one off, you get it at £450. And if you're paying in installments, you get it at £500. You can make a screenshot of this page so that you can know the discounts that you are eligible for. So the next question a lot of people ask me is, Is this field eligible for visa sponsorship? A lot of people are seeking for visa sponsorship or know people who are seeking for visa sponsorship. And a lot of people do not know what fields they can actually position themselves for to get this visa sponsorship. You know, data analyst as a role on its own is eligible for visa sponsorship. Not only am I just putting this out there, I've actually helped people to get visa sponsorship job in this field. If you go to our success stories on our page, you see so many people that have even gotten multiple visa sponsorship jobs, just for possessing data analytical skills or just for being data analyst. And let's even now say that you are now augmenting the analytical skills in other fields. Say you're a project manager, you're now adding data analyst to it. You're a business analyst and you are now adding data analyst to it. That will give you a very good advantage to secure the visa sponsorship that you desire. So what's the bootcamp duration? Because a lot of people want to know how long is it for. The bootcamp duration is 8 to 12 weeks. You have 8 to 9 weeks of classes, and after which you work on your projects. And all the sessions that we have also discussed, the interview preparation session, the group presentation of project sessions, and all that are within the course of this week. The next start date is June 10th. Classes hold Saturday, Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Right. And we have our LMS where all these recordings are actually uploaded to. So should in case you miss a class, right, it's not lost forever. Our LMS have it very organized, and you just get to click on the topic and watch the video of what has gone down in the class. Another advantage people that join our bootcamp get, which people don't get anywhere, is what we call the drop-in sessions. So these are extra sessions, 4 hours weekly, where you can come in to get personalized answers to questions that you are struggling with, probably from the previous class. So let's say we have classes today, Saturday and Sunday. The recordings go up on our LMS within 48 working hours, and then you have time to practice this. Then if you have issues when practicing this, or if you have any other data analysis related questions, you can join our drop-in sessions that holds on Thursdays and Saturdays. We try to spread it as well so that those that work weekends can have a slot of also meeting up with facilitators on weekdays as well, and early Saturday as well. So this is more like an extra class where you also get once, because sometimes classes during the class you might be a slow learner that probably you might not be able to get immediate answers or be able to even have questions because you've not practiced what you learned, right? We won't just take you to the next topic, the next class, without even, revisiting we're revisiting and answering questions about what we've learned in the last class. So you also get extra 4 weeks, 4 hours per week of voluntary drop-in sessions. It's optional as well. You don't need to join. However, we've seen that a lot of people are interested, so people join to learn from what other questions other people are bringing to the class. So yeah, these are a sample of success stories. These are just a few of them. Even in the last quarter, we've had about 3 success stories, ones that just ended, 3 success stories, and a lot of them are at interview stages, trying to finalize. Some have gotten their offers, but they're trying to make sure that they settle down or that they finalize their checks and all that before we share their stories publicly. But yes, there's actually high demand for this because data is what is driving the world. A lot of companies need data. A lot of companies have naturally the fact that you are even everything you do every day is data itself. If you as you step out from your house to the store, that is data for someone else that is capturing it, right? So that data needs to be utilized. There's a reason why it's being gathered, and the more data that is being gathered, the more analysts will be required to analyze this data, to bring out meaningful information from this data that can guide future events, that can guide future decision making. So long as data continues to be relevant, data analysts would also continue to be in demand. And that's why they offer visa sponsorship in this field as well, because there's high demand for this field. The next thing is to meet our facilitators, but I'll go to the chat box now to see if you have questions that I can answer before I hand over to our facilitators. So for this course, we have two facilitators. Isn't that great? Two wonderful data analysts, who would be guiding us through our transition journey. I hope you can all still see my screen. And I hope you all can still hear me because everything is so quiet. I'm not hearing anybody. If you can hear me, please can you wave in the chat box? So we have Theophilus Onyejaku is our support facilitator. So he will be working with the main facilitator to provide you with extra support during the course of the classes as well as during the drop-in sessions. So in each class, there are two people that are taking your questions. So while the class is going on, Theophilus is always in the background, ready to take your questions in the chat box, ready to take your questions. Also during the drop-in session, he facilitates most of the drop-in session as well. He's a highly skilled data professional with over 5 years of work experience in the field and is passionate about analysis, visualization, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, programming language and all that. Is proficient in Python, R, DAX, C++, SQL, SQL, Excel, Power Query, and the likes. I'm sure that you want Theophilus to be your friend because he's always the go-to for questions, during the course of the class. So he's not here right now because he's facilitating the drop-in session, like I said, for the current class that are rounding up. So we have Shegun as well. Shegun is an experienced data professional as well with over a decade of expertise in database administration. Is UK based and is proficient and is proficient in Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Python, and co. He is a very seasoned trainer as well and has helped several people to transition. Help several people to transition to become data analysts. I'll be handing over to him now to take us through one or two things, like give us a taster of, tell us more about data analysis, from the technical side of things. So Shagun, if you're there, please unmute yourself. If you're there, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Shagun.
Yeah, my name is Olusegun Sam Adeolu. Let me just share my screen. You can call me Shegun. Just call me Shegun. I'm the instructor, and we'll be in class together. For you to have chosen this field, any field in data space that you've chosen, or for any reason you've come for this taster session, you've not made a wrong choice. In fact, you are in the best place at the moment. We have lots of roles in data space, ranging from the entry level data clerk entry, business analyst, business intelligence analyst, data analyst, data scientist, and host of others. In fact, like I told the previous or the current or outgoing set, that at RKY Careers, it's the boot camp is impactful, informative, flexible, and at the same time it is affordable. Okay, so it's we are going to get our hands dirty. It's from start to finish, it's hands-on. Okay, so I've worked with lots of BI tools. I've worked with Looker. I've worked with Matplotlib. I've worked with ggplots. I've worked with Power BI, Tableau, and host of others. And I've worked with several databases, including both SQL and no SQL. So let's just get right into it. This is the outline for today. Overview of data analysis, categories of data analysis, roles in data. What does a data analyst do? Because I'm sure that a lot of us, we want to know what our job responsibilities will be by the time we are done with this training. Then all the tools that we'll be making use of. Then we are going to introduce us to Power BI. Okay, so let's just get in there. Now, overview of data analytics. Data analytics is a process of analyzing raw data in order to draw out meaningful, actionable insights, which are then used to inform and drive smart business decisions. Like RKY rightly said, and like we all know, the world we are in today, it's all about data. And I always tell people, we make decisions, whether we know or we don't. We make decisions based on data. Like for instance, if you want to do anything now, we consciously or unconsciously we make decisions based on what has happened. Probably if you want to buy things, you try as much as possible to draw samples, you compare prices, and you don't know that you are trying to do analysis, trying to, okay, which one is better, which one is pocket friendly, which one is durable, and all of that. All those actions are based on data. Okay, so data analytics helps you to make sense of the past and to predict future trends and behaviors rather than basing your decisions and strategies on guesswork. You are making informed choices based on what the data is telling you. Now, one of the things that data analytics helps us to do, or to help us or help us to achieve, is this: based on the historical data, be able to make an informative decision, an insightful decision that will better inform our choices. We won't just be making decision on guesswork. We won't just be making decision on because somebody has done it before. We won't just be making decision based on what is trending. But we want to make informative decision. We want to make an insightful decision that will better our lives after we made the decision. So data analytics is the broad field of using data and tools to make business decisions. So data analysis is a subset of data analytics referred to specific action. Now, people use the two words interchangeably, data analytics and data analysis. Data analysis is the process of transforming data and all of that. Meanwhile, data analytics is the broad field. Data analysis is a subset of data analytics. So all of this, we are going to learn about all of this in the boot camp. Now, categories of analysis. We have descriptive, we have diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and cognitive. Descriptive analysis is based on historical data. We want to record the sales, probably our sales from a particular period, let's say from 2020 till 2023. We record a sales. I want to know the trend, the movement, which of our products has actually given us the highest sales, and which month, and all of that. So that's what descriptive analysis is all about. Then predictive analysis is we want to predict based on the historical data. Okay, if we can make so amount of money based on this, we can project based on the historical data. We can project and see how much we can make in the nearest future. That's predictive analysis. So diagnostic analysis, it has to do with if anything happens during the sales. Let's say we record higher sales towards the end of the year. So we want to find out what happened. Is it that particular product? Is it seasonal? Is seasonable goods? Is it seasonal? Is it because of the season that we make such a sales? Or is it because we have good marketers? Is it because we have good marketing strategies on ground? So that's what diagnostic analysis is all about. Or if we do not have so much sales, or we run at a loss in a particular part of the year, to want to find out what has gone wrong, what happened that we are losing money or we are losing customers. So that's what diagnostic analysis is all about. Then prescriptive analysis. It has to do with prescriptive analysis. Has to do with, okay, how can we prevent how can we prevent how can we prevent what has happened? Probably because let's say, for instance, if we lose sales or we are losing customers, how can we prevent it? What can we put in place? What measures can we put in place for us to be able to prevent all of that? Okay. Then we have a cognitive analysis as well. Now, roles in data. We have business analyst, we have data analyst, we have data engineer, data scientist, and database administrator. Now, business analyst and business intelligence analyst, it's just a twin line between the two of them. At times they use them interchangeably. Business analyst is the one that interface between the business and the stakeholders. Is one that knows what they need, what the business needs, what the business needs are for them to have a better performance and for them to have a good revenue. Data analysts are the people, they are responsible for collection of data, manipulation of data, cleaning of data to make an insightful decision. Then data engineer, their responsibility has to do with building of pipelines, managing and building of pipelines. Once they build the pipelines, they extract, they transform, and they load the data into the warehouse, into data warehouse for a data analyst and data scientist to work on. Then data scientists make use of they are mathematicians, they are statisticians. They make use of statistical tools and mathematics plus machine learning to make predictive models. Then we have database administrator. They are the one in charge of our database. They manage, they maintain, and they make sure that our data is secured and our data is we have data, what we call data integrity, and at the same time they make sure that they perform data optimization, they perform data backups, and they do what we call data recovery. Now, the task of a data analyst. The task of a data analyst. The following, these are parts of the data. These are part of the tasks that a data analyst perform. They prepare data, they analyze data, they model data, they visualize and manage. So during the preparation of data, they collect data, they transform, they transform data, they clean data. So after that, they model data. Data modeling has to do with when you have two or more tables, you are bringing data from two or more tables from your database. Probably you are coming data is coming from finance, another data is coming from IT, another data is coming from HR, and you need to map all of them together to make an insightful decision, and you need to map the data together to make a visualization. So you do what we call data modeling. Then after data modeling, then you want to analyze your data, you want to filter, you want to analyze, you want to make sense out of your data. So that's when you analyze your data. And when you analyze your data, you need to visualize your data. Data visualization has to do with presentation and the presentation of your data using charts. You want to present your data using different charts, using bar charts, using pie charts, using column stack charts, using tree maps, using heat maps, and all of that. Then after that, you want to manage your data. You want to manage the dashboard. You want to they want to create roles in such a way that what the CEO have access to is different from what ordinary employee have access to. What the head of HR have access to is different from what HOD of IT department have access to. So that's what we mean by data management. Now, tools that are widely used by data analysts. These are the most commonly used tools by data analysts. So we have lots of them, but these are the most commonly used that we all be working with in this bootcamp. We have Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau. So these are the tools we'll be learning in this bootcamp. Now, Microsoft Excel is one of the most widely used spreadsheet tools around the world. Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, it's one of the, in fact, is the best place to start. Is the best tool to start with if you want to come into data space. Is the best tool to start with. And one of the reasons is this, is because almost everybody at a point in time had seen Excel before. It is user friendly. It is something that is everywhere. The way the data is everywhere, almost there's no one that has a laptop that does not have Excel on their system. So it is user friendly. So when people start with Excel coming into data space, it makes them want to know more. Because a lot of people don't know a lot of people don't know they don't know a lot of features that Excel has. Excel is very powerful. What people know about Excel is just for them to put their records in tables, just to help them to do tables instead of using Word. They want to use Excel because it's going to give them their records in rows and columns. Excel is much more than that. It has a lot of features that it's very powerful. Now, is Microsoft Excel relevant? Excel is essential for most professionals today, regardless of their roles or levels. Proficiency in Excel skills can lead to better opportunities. Now, Excel, most of the accounting packages built today, they are built on Excel. A lot of them, a whole lot of them, they are built on Excel. In fact, if you're an accounting trainee, you'll be trained on Excel first before they take you into other accounting packages. What will you be able to do after this training? So some of the things I'll be able to do after this training, you'll be able to gain solid understanding of basics to advanced Excel. Be able to harness the full power of Microsoft Excel to automating your day-to-day task. Now, we won't just be putting you through how to use Excel. We are going to hold your hands on how to use Excel from the beginning to the end. A whole lot of Excel advanced function. We are going to be introducing you to it, ranging from sum if, count if, logical statements, pivot table, dashboard, pivot charts, and the host of others. So all of these are what you are going to learn. And at the end of each module, we have exercises and we have projects, individual projects and group projects that will help us to be able to get ourselves familiarized with all these functions and features of Excel. Now, Excel, data analysts use Excel to analyze data and create insightful reports and dashboards. So while learning Excel, we are going to learn all the functions that we need and all the tools, all the features in Excel for us to be able to create a report or to be able to create a dashboard and create what we call, because we have lots of tools in Excel. We are going to be learning VLOOKUP, like I earlier said, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index match, and all functions, and so many of them. We have so many functions in Excel that we're going to be introducing us to. So we are going to be using Excel to maintain large data sets in a list or table. So all the reports, all the data sets we are going to be working with, we are going to be having them in Excel, in rows and column, so that we can now perform analysis on it for us to be able to draw insightful reports on that. Then we are going to be creating a dynamic report by mastering one of the most popular tools, pivot tables. What pivot table helps us to do is just that. Pivot table helps us to summarize our large data sets in a tabular form. If you have a data set about 100 and something thousand observations, pivot table will help you to summarize it in a very concise format. That will be very informative, to just summarize it in such a way that you can make insightful decision based on that, and you can use the pivot table to create your pivot charts. Now, why Power BI? Power BI is one of the top in demand skills, one of the top in demand tools that we'll be learning in this bootcamp. Power BI is by Microsoft. It's a BI tool. It's a business intelligence tool, and at the same time, it's a data visualization tool. It is top in demand skill. It is ease of use. It is very easy to use. It is very flexible. Then integration with other tools. It is we can integrate with so many other tools: Azure, MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, Postgres, and host of others. Whether you have your data set in the cloud, whether you have it on the premises, whether you can connect to host of others, a whole lot of, in fact, Power BI, you can connect to over 80 something data connections, a whole lot of them. Then Power BI has what we call web embedded in such a way that when you finish working on your Power BI desktop, you can upload your work, your report, into what we call Power BI web services, such a way that you can collaborate with your colleagues that are not within the same organization that you are. You can send it to them. Probably you are in the UK, and your colleagues that you want to collaborate with, probably they're in the Canada, or probably they're in the United States. You can share the link with them and give them the right for them to work on your report. Also, Power BI has what we call AI-powered questions and answer. I'm going to show us all of this in such a way that there's one particular feature in in Power BI, that you can type English-like question in there, and based on the data set you are working with, Power BI is going to generate answer for you. It is powered by what we call NLP. That's natural language processing. So it is powered by natural language processing. That's it's the question and answer in Power BI. It's one of the features in Power BI. And we have what we call smart narrative. Smart narrative is does what we call a small description. It's a small summary of what your data set is all about. So it's just going to give you what we call smart narrative, a smart descriptive of what your data set is all about. And at the same time, you have what we call role level security. You can manage your data set in such a way that it's not everybody that can have access to it. The role that you give to the CEO may be different from the one that you give to HR, to head of each department, and all of that. Now, introduction to Power BI. Power BI lets you connect to multiple data sources and in turn transform the collected data into beautiful, visually immersive, and interactive reports. Like I already said, Power BI can connect to multiple data sources, ranging from Excel, flat files, JSON, that's JavaScript, object notation, XML, and also of other CSV files, database, different databases, and some other data connections. Then it's a business intelligence tool. It is owned by Microsoft, and it is part of the Power Platform. It's a part of Power Platform. We have what we call Power Platform that Microsoft has, and Power BI. I think Power BI came out in 2014. Yeah, and since then it's been one of the leading data visualization tool. Yeah, we have another tool that we'll be making use of, that we are going to be learning in this course, or in this boot camp, is Tableau. Tableau also is it's another wonderful data visualization tool. It works like Power BI. In fact, if you're able to, if you understand Power BI very well, you won't have any issue using Tableau. I think Tableau is owned by Salesforce. Salesforce bought Tableau recently. So Tableau platform is known for taking any kind of data from almost any system and turning it into actionable insights with speed and ease. Tableau 2 is very easy to use. It is user friendly. It allows users to create calculated fields and modify default properties of each data field. So the guy is very easy to use. In fact, with speed. The guy also has a lot of data connections. You can connect to CSV file, Excel, JSON, XML, and lots of different databases. It is also a business intelligence tool. It can handle a huge volume of data with better performance. Okay, so a proficiency in Tableau, in Power BI, position you for business intelligence role, position you for data analysis and analyst role. So coming for this boot camp, you are going to be getting your hands dirty. You are going to be learning all of this. We will hold your hand from start to finish, and I can bet it with you. It's going to be a wonderful experience. Now, the next one, the last tool that we're going to be learning is SQL. Some people call it SQL. Is the world's most extensively used database language. It is used to create queries and manipulate data in various database systems. SQL is a language that database understands. You cannot want to talk to someone in French and you do not understand French. Yeah, you're going to be having issues of communication. So the only language that the only language that most database understand is SQL. For you to communicate with your database, you need to understand structured query language. For you to query your database, for you to manipulate data, for you to populate data, for you to insert data and all of that. So you need to understand SQL. So importance of SQL, it is highly in demand in the UK and globally. If you are going to be working as a data analyst, if you are going to be working as a business intelligence analyst, you need to know how to make use of SQL, how to control what we call as in better understanding of SQL. So it is essential for data extraction and data management, database management too. So if you have a large data set that you're working with, that you have to extract from your database, you have to know how to use SQL for you to be able
to. After this conference, check your address.
Sorry, who is that? Yeah. Thank you. So, SQL is essential for data extraction and data management, database management too. So you need to know how to use SQL extensively for you to be able to extract data from database. Then knowing as in have a better understanding of SQL increase your chances of landing a high paying job as a data analyst, as a financial analyst, as a business analyst, as a marketing analyst, as a trading analyst. If you want to become an analyst in your chosen career, you need to know how to you need to know how to extract data from databases. Okay, so I prepared one small Power BI report. So let me just bring it up so that so I prepared this just to show us one of the things that we'll be learning in in this boot camp. So I'm going to be teaching us how to use Power BI to do reports, such a report like this. So this is one of the reports I created for this bootcamp. And if you look at it, it is very interactive. So if I click on USA, you can see everything is going to affect everything. Just a moment. So it is okay, let me just check this. Okay. You can see it is very interactive. Just a moment. Let me. Okay, good. Thank you, back. If I click on this, you can see it is very interactive, and that's one of the beauty of Power BI. So the reports that you are creating is very interactive. They are interconnected. This chart, profit by country, is connected to COGS by country. It's connected to profits and sales by country. So if I should click on this, I'm clicking on this, then it's going to cut across. You can see it's cut across all the charts, even this line charts, cut across all of them. Now you can have many pages of your report. This is a report. This is another report. This is another report by segment. This is another report by segment. A moment. Good. So this is another report by segment. This is profit by segment. This is just a moment. This guy is okay. So this is what I will be showing us how to do. Then we have what we call now if I want to do what we call role, there's what we call role. Just a moment. Okay. So if I want to do role, that's what I want the okay, I think it's coming. Now, okay, if that one is not coming, let me just show us this. I can, in just one click, I can change the look and feel of this report by using the themes. By using the themes, I can change the look and feel. Can change it to this one, and it's going to take this. Depending on what you are working with, depending on what you are working with. So I can change the look and feel using the theme. And if I do not like any of the default themes that come with a Power BI, I can do what we call, I can customize it. So those are the things that I'm going to be showing us how to do in this course. Okay. Now the role, I can manage the role. That's okay. As a Okay, I think I have one here already. As HOD, if you log in as an HOD, this is what you should have access to. If you log in as an HOD, so let me just log in as an HOD. Loading. Okay, it should give us a view. So now if I'm viewing as an HOD, if I view it as the HOD, HOD is head of the department. Head of department. Okay, if you look at what I specify, okay, this is what the HOD will have access to. This is what the HOD will have access to. HOD will not have access to everything. Okay, so let me stop being as HOD. If I should stop being as HOD, then I'll have access to. I'm still being like as the HOD. So this guy is okay. You can see now I'm not viewing as the HOD again, so I have access to almost everything. Almost everything.
Thank you.
You're
Shegun. Yeah.
welcome. All right.
If we leave Shegun with you guys, it's going to teach you everything I mean, you're going to teach them everything today. That's just to show you that he's a born trainer. You see how he's like made all of us.
Thank
I'm like,
you.
okay, so I'm also going to be able to create this kind of I'm sure that's what is in most of you's minds. Yes, you're going to be able to create, tell story with your data just like he has just done, you know. At by the end, even before the end of the training, right? Those are the things that you also be able to do. So thank you so much, Shegun. I mean, I know left to you, you can just continue to train them. Before you know it, training has ended. All right. Thank you very much. Please drop your questions in the chat box. We'll take your questions, you know. We'll take your questions as we proceed. We'll be working on lots of projects, both group and individual projects. This is to enhance your soft skills and technical skills in this field, because this experience is what we are going to be confirming that you have with us, when we put it on your CV. So you're going to be working on projects related to Excel, to Power BI, to Tableau, and to SQL. So I'll just employ all of us, right, to make that move and not, you've joined this tester session for a reason. And I'm sure that, we must have been able to convince you of the importance, right, of data analytical skills. So professional web portfolio, I think I also already explained this. This is like the website you also get as part of the bootcamp. See how much value you're getting. I get a lot of competitors reach out to me asking me, how do you put all of this together and still sell it at this price? Why are you making it so cheap? You are giving too much for what your fee is. But to be honest, for me, it's more about the impact. It's more about the impact that we're making. It's more about helping people not to settle for less, really, because a lot of people don't even know what they're capable of doing, except they are given that opportunity, or they find themselves in those situations. So but the thing is, unfortunately, we can't do it for free, right? So so that's why we make it as affordable as possible, and also give as much value, because it's not about making it affordable, having more than what we can chew, and now giving everybody bad quality or bad experience at the end of the day. So that's it's fun. So I'll be going to the chat box to see questions that you might have for me. I hope you all made screenshots about the costs of, the boot camp, and the discounts that are available. You can see our season trainer has already given us more than a tip, because that actually I think what he has even given us is enough for some people to pass interviews for this field already. So yes, I'm going to be reading through the chat box now to read out your questions. I think somebody asked question that was the difference between SQL and Python. Shagun, if you could, okay, I think Shagun has already provided answer in the chat box. So he says SQL is not the same as Python. SQL is a database language, while Python is a core programming language. SQL, like I said earlier during my own presentation, is a database management language or tool that houses the data of companies, where you can now write queries or scripts to extract this data. Say for instance now, like, I mean, I don't want, because Shagun has already given us more than, I don't want to also go into training about SQL. But yes, SQL is different from Python, it's different from R. You learn more about this when you subscribe to the full training itself, and, um, have all questions been answered? I think most of the questions have been answered already in the chat box. Thank you, Shagun, for that. This is the wonderful experience you also get during the course of our trainings as well. You will not be left behind. We have so many, people at your beck and call to support you all through the journey. Will Python and R be taught? No, Python and R will not be taught, because if we wanted to teach Python and R as well, this bootcamp can like go on to about maybe 5 months or thereabouts. But the thing is, what we want is for you to land your first job as a data analyst. We want to equip you to land your first job as a data analyst. Python and R are a bit advanced, and it might be too complicated if you learn everything, all the tools. There, like Sheku said, there are so many analytical tools out there that are even beyond Python and R, right? However, the most in demand and the most basic of them is what we will be teaching you. If probably along the line, along your career, after you've gotten your first job, you now want to like go more into data science, go more into like go deeper into, then you can actually now explore learning Python, learning R. However, the most in demand is SQL, Excel, Power BI. It will give you the 360 degree of everything you need. SQL you use to extract data from the database where the data is stored. You use Excel to analyze this. You use Power BI. You can also use Excel to visualize it. You use Power BI to visualize it. And of course, you will present this with your commentaries and your story of what the insights that you have provided is. So for those asking questions about the price again, I would go back to the screen where we have the price. So the start date for the next cohort is June 10th. We are currently running these discounts for those that pay today or make a commitment for an installment payments to secure your slots. The thing is, we get sold out pretty fast, and we try not to make our classes over capacity, such that everybody can have very good experience. So we implore you that if you want to go on this journey with us, secure your slots by making an initial deposit and enjoy the benefits for this by making the installment payments today. So this is the price. We have two packages, the extensive and the standard. The basic difference between the two is that the extensive come with CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, as well as professional web portfolio, which is a full website. I'm sure that most of you that have websites or that have built websites knows what the cost of building a website or a portfolio is. However, you'll be getting all this for this little amount. Most of those that booked the standard package during the last course, they had to come and pay the original costs of getting the order. Those three things are the difference. Those three things are almost like half the price of this training. They're over £200. But you can see that the difference, between the two you get it at a very good discount if you book the extensive package. But it's up to you. You can decide to book the standard and do your CV and LinkedIn at a later time. But I would just implore you that, make the move today. If you plan to transition, this is May already. Some people that made the decision in January, they've already started enjoying the benefits of what they've done. The year is not yet over, and their career story has changed. They've gotten jobs in fields that they did not even have any experience in at the Power BI and Tableau. Power BI, what's the difference?
Hi, Ricky. You are muted, so we don't hear what you're saying.
RKY, you're
Who
muted,
keeps
please.
muting me? Who is me? Who is muting me? Okay, so the difference between Power BI and Tableau, they do the same thing. It's just that companies invest in the different ones, so they sometimes want you to have knowledge of the two. So some companies will say Excel, SQL, and Power BI, while some companies will say they want you to have experience in Excel, Tableau, and SQL. Yeah. So how much is the deposit if you pay today? If you are paying today, you pay £300 deposit. If you are paying in pounds, and 250k in naira. If you are paying in naira to secure your slots, the training is 8 to 12 weeks. 8 to 9 weeks out of this period is when you'll be learning. Is when you'll be learning in class. The remaining few weeks is for you to work on your projects. However, by the 8th week to 9th week, you will start getting your CVs and LinkedIn deliver so that you can put yourself out there in the job market. Do we have any more questions? Is it possible we get this slide? You'll be getting the recording of this video on our YouTube page. For those that missed it or for those that joined late, we've taken the recording and this will be accessible on Monday when we resume on our YouTube page. The link will also be broadcasted on our Instagram and other platforms, just like you saw the meeting link as well. When is the remainder due after deposits? So we would usually want the remainder to come in by month end next month. So the classes start on the 10th, right? So you make deposits today for the first initial deposits, and then you pay the balance by the end of the month. Right. So if you have any other questions about, breaking installments, you can chat us on Instagram to take it further. If you have further, if you have more anything to negotiate for regards to the installments, or if you want to just make your installments plan clear to us, we are a bit flexible. So how for the extensive class? I think I'm still sharing the screen of the extent of the prices, if that's what the question is. I think we've done fantastic. We've been fantastic, really, because we don't have much questions. So we've been really clear. When does BI come in? What does that mean? That when does it come? Where does BI come in? Oh, okay. So BI. Thank you for that question. So business intelligence, right, is you being able to bring out intelligence from data. So BI is being able to use Power BI. Power BI is Microsoft's Power Business Intelligence. So for you being able to use business intelligence, or you being able to draw out analysis from intelligence. Intelligence is information. Intelligence is data. If you are, so you being able to use Power BI, this visualization to tell story with data is where the BI actually comes in. So it's just that it's used interchangeably. People apply for jobs people apply for business intelligence analyst jobs, data analyst jobs. Even you will see people reach out to you when we are done with your CV LinkedIn for business analyst roles, because there are some business analyst roles too that are also called business intelligence analyst. Well, it's the job market can be funny, so it's always very important for you to look at the job descriptions to see what the requirements are in terms of person requirements, skill requirements, and tools requirements. What's the difference between finance analyst and business analyst? I think finance analyst and business analyst are two different fields. However, like I said, most of these terminologies are used interchangeably. I'm a finance analyst myself and a data analyst, right? However, I still get LinkedIn mails for business analysts, right? But when I check through those job description, what they actually want is data analyst or finance analyst skills. Finance analyst is more of the accounting side of things. So an accountant with analytical skills will be able to position more for a finance analyst. While a business analyst is more of, that analyst that supports project delivery, that supports product delivery, that supports process optimization delivery, being the intermediary between stakeholders and the business, and using data and requirements gathering and to provide technical solutions for business purpose, for business improvement or business optimization purposes. So that's the difference. Why a finance analyst will work on financial data and bring out insights that senior management would use to make decisions to either increase profits, increase sales, or whatever it is that the short-term or long-term goal of the business is. A finance analyst will also sometimes work on budgets, work on financial planning and analysis, work on budget forecasting and all that, which you need analytical tools to actually work, to achieve. So how long is the discount for? When is the last time for us to pay? Like there's enrollment is still ongoing, right? Enrollment is ongoing. However, this special discount is on now. If you make payments today, it's possible that we end the discounts, we end the discount sooner or later, depending on how once the class is filled up, we end all discounts and we stop taking enrollments. But yes, you can still take you can still enroll, you can still secure your slots. I'm a finance graduate. Can I enroll for this course? Of course, you can enroll for this course as a finance graduate. I said it earlier during the course of meeting that I'm an accounting graduate as well. But my knowledge of SQL, Power BI, and Excel, helped me to get a senior finance analyst job, which is more of a data analyst role. Can you explain the discounts? So the discount, like we said, if you are paying one-off for the extensive, you pay £600 today, and that's it. You get everything. You get the website, you get your CV done, you get your LinkedIn done, you get UK work reference, you get to work on practical projects to gain work experience. You get 8 weeks of classes. You also get 8 weeks of drop-in sessions access. You also get access to our e-learning platform, which is the LMS, and other benefits. You get interview prep and mentoring session as well, all for £600. However, if you pay for standard package, if you're paying in installments, you pay £675 for that one, just £75 difference. But you can break that. That allows you to break it, right? So, but if you're paying for the standard, you pay, I think it's on the screen, so I think you can look at it on the screen, because it's quite a mouthful for me to be calling the difference between installments and all that. So yeah, I believe we've taken all the questions. It's been a really nice one having you all here. It'd be nice having every one of you here. We can't wait to start the journey with you. We can't wait to share your success story as well. You can also reach out to us on our social media pages on Instagram, RQY Careers, and other platforms, or send us an email on info@rqycareers.com to get the account details to pay to. Is it an online class? Yes, it is a virtual live class, and it's holds on Saturdays and Sundays at 5 to 7 p.m. Right. Okay, I think we are just having a repeat of everything we've said. The recording for this will be available by Monday. For account details and for more details in regards to payments and all that, please let's catch up on Instagram or our other platform. Thanks for joining.